What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love power, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Episode 4. This is the recap. Now I'm going to try my best to go over all the key facts. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. And as I told you guys in my quick thoughts earlier impressions video, this episode was straight up fire. They brought a whole lot of action. Of course, we know Unique turned up. And Marvin, he turned up as well in this episode. I believe your girl Rock, she's probably going to turn up in episode 5, man. So we're definitely going to talk about that. As I told you guys, leave your theories, predictions, everything down below. Now, this episode begins with your boy Trez G. And of course, he is meeting his fate. It's pretty much over for him. Now, of course, we broke down this scene yesterday, the scene with Unique going off on his crew. And we had a feeling that, of course, Trez G was going to end up, taken out. And that's exactly what happened in this episode. We know that he slipped up in episode 3 as far as hitting that pipe, not paying attention to what was really going on. And your boy Unique had to do what he had to do. Now, Kanan explained that this dude right here, he's supposed to be his day one from back in the day, right? He's supposed to be real close to him. As Trez G told Unique, he loves him, but that doesn't matter. Unique was on his, I would say, Nino Brown type energy in this episode. You know what I'm saying? He's like, look, I don't care what we've been through. This is straight up business. And, this is the principles of the game. You can't be out here slipping, messing up my organization. So Unique did what he had to do. Now, you can tell deep down inside this hurted Unique. His facial expression told it all. It told it all. And he was like, man, that's his homeboy. But at the end of the day, he had to do what he had to do. He cannot mess up his money. And, of course, Unique was just pissed off all episode long. We know that, of course, his corners got all messed up because of who? Rock. So, of course, he was definitely taking out all his frustrations out on his crew. Now, speaking of Rock and speaking of Kanan, your boy Kanan decided to make some dinner. Usually, he makes dinner on Tuesday nights for his mom and him. Of course, when Symphony and, Rock come in, he can already tell they've been out to eat, which automatically pisses Kanan off. He's like, really? Y'all already done ate. I know y'all did. Now, of course, Symphony's like, look, we good. You know what I'm saying? We gonna eat. Don't worry about it. We hungry. Symphony's trying to play it off, trying to be cool. But he does say, I know next time not to do this on this particular day. But Kanan is like, well, it's not really your fault. My mom knew about this. She knows, you know what I'm saying? And this is what really pisses off Kanan, because he's like, okay, she knows that I do this every Tuesday, but she decides to go out and have dinner. You know what I'm saying? They had a very, I would say, awkward episode. As far as Kanan and his mom, he was really upset with her. Now we get to Jukebox and Nicole, and we are introduced to Nicole's parents. Now I knew Nicole's parents was going to be in this season. I'm eager to see how this is all going to unfold, because they did seem cool. But did y'all peep Nicole? She said, yeah, they are cool, but only on certain things. So when they find out that, of course, Jukebox and Nicole is hooking up, that's going to be the issue. That's just my theory. I believe that's going to be a problem down the line, but they are starting to build up this connection with her and Nicole a little bit more. And I already know, for some odd reason, y'all, this is not going to end well. It's going to be a very bad ending for Jukebox, in my opinion. Now we get to your boy Marvin, and he done clapped Tony Deep's cheeks. This dude right here had me cracking up once again. And he even said, London Brown, who plays Marvin, said that his character is probably the funniest character on the show. Once again, he's having me cracking up, talking about he does not cuddle. He's pissed off that, Tony does sit up here, not fed the dog for like a day and a half. He's very upset. And he's like, look, I got to go. Tony Deep is catching feelings. Marvin's like, look, I ain't your average person. I ain't one of these dudes that you've been, cuddling up with. They ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not leaving my dog. And, he pretty much dogs her out. She is like, man, what is your problem? What is up with you? Marvin is that dude, man. He's definitely that dude. We had me cracking up the whole episode. Now, Unique gets word that, of course, Dean has did what he done to Rock in the last episode. He done stopped the faucet from running. until everything pretty much calms down. And he's pissed off. Now his crew was like, look, I believe his name is Pee Wee, talking about Detective Howard. He's the one. He's the reason. And of course, Unique goes off. He goes off and says, look, it's not about that cop. He don't trust him. He would never tell him anything. But he tells his crew, look, any of y'all can be Trez G. Y'all can all end up like Trez G, in that he does not trust nobody. Unique is trying to figure out a way he can get back at Rock. He is very pissed off, and he knows what he has to do. He has to hit hard. But the question is he going to hit to the body, or is he going to aim for the head? Now, Rock is having a conversation with Kanan. She is telling him, look, you're off the stash house. Of course, Kanan is thinking he's being promoted, that he's about to get a better job. But no, Rock tells him, look, you're messing up in school. You need to focus on school. Actually, you're going to start going to class on Saturdays. How about that? This pisses off Kanan even more. But Rock, she's like, well, I told you, if you slip up in school, you're not going to be able to do anything. So Kanan has to go to school a little bit more, get his grades up, and hopefully, maybe he can do more and within his mom's organization. Now, your boy Famous, of course, he's in the studio because we know that his sister Jessica is putting in that work. She is making sure she is getting that free studio time. But y'all know, in life, ain't nothing free. The question is, what else will Jessica have to do? Now, Crown, he knows what he's doing. Did y'all peep what he's doing? Yes, he's making it a little bit harder for Famous. He is giving him some good advice. But at the end of the day, we know what he wants to do. He wants Jessica. He wants to get all up in that. But Jessica, it seems like she's willing to do whatever it takes to make sure her brother gets this opportunity with Crown and to be able to sign with him and to become a big rap star. Now, your boy Lulu, he already knows what's going on. He doesn't like Crown and Jessica hanging out. He's pissed off that Jessica's even there in the first place. And you already know he wants to have a conversation with her. Like what's going on? Why are you hanging out with him? Now, of course, Jessica says, look, this is just business. I am helping out my brother at the end of the day. This is what this is all about. Of course, Lulu was like, well, what were you talking about the last time about me being in the music industry and stuff like that? And Jessica's like, well, yeah, you can be, but I'm not about to sit here and wait for you to do it. I got things to do. I mean, hopefully you can understand this. And of course, Lulu, he does like Jessica. At the end of the day, he wants everything to be good. But I got a feeling this whole thing with Crown, it's not going to end well, in my opinion. Something is bound to happen. Lulu is playing it cool as of right now, but you can tell it's starting to build up, that frustration with Jessica and Crown. Now we get to the bodega, and the owner is asking entirely too many questions. Rock has to let him know, look, you need to stop asking all these questions. Lulu lets him know, look, we tell you what we want to tell you. Of course, they're going to be moving the stash to this guy's location, and Marvin has a job, and that is to move the stash, and that hopefully this owner does not get in the way. But we know later on in the episode, the dude was still asking questions about how much is coming in, when you're coming back and all this stuff. I mean, the dude is going to be a problem. I got a feeling he will be a liability down the line. Now, your boy Kanan, of course, he's hooking up with his crush. You know what I'm saying? Davina. And I already made the predictions about Davina's character, about her, of course, giving up information to Unique. Unique is already on it, because he's trying to get payback. I'm surprised Rock didn't tell her crew to be looking out because of what they did to Unique in the last episode. But I guess not. Now, Unique is able to get some intel from Davina. He brings up her mama about, how he can help her. She has a drug problem. He knows where she's at, but he can help out. Now, Davina, of course, tells him, look, do not do anything to Kanan. Please don't do anything to Kanan. But Unique is very smart. Very smart by bringing up Buck 20, bringing up her mom, getting deep down inside. He's able to find out the location of this stash house because Davina decided that, maybe that's not a big deal. I can give him some information. Now what's going to happen when Kanan finds out the truth that she gave this up? It's going to be very interesting to see how this all plays out. Now, your boy Famous, he's talking about his studio time. Of course, they didn't have to pay nothing because his sister has that connect with Crown. And of course, he's telling Jukebox this is this big music event that, of course, he wants to be a part of, and maybe she could be a part of it, but she has to get some studio time. So now she's like, man, I got to get in the studio. How is this dude getting handouts? And I'm trying my best just to get some money and get some studio time, right? So she's pissed off. She is definitely pissed off. Remember, Jukebox is very serious about music at this particular time in her life. But, of course, we know it's not going to be that easy as far as her and her music career. Now we get to Scrappy. And your boy Marvin is like, look, Scrappy, we have to move this stash. What's up? Let's go. Your boy Scrappy had me cracking up. He's like, look, dude, you know what I'm saying? My stomach is jacked up. My stuff is leaking. I can't do it. Scrappy held his ground. He's like, look, I ain't going nowhere. Plain and simple. Marvin talking about it's a bathroom at the stash house. You know what I'm saying? You can go. Scrappy ain't having it. Which is good, because if Scrappy would have went, it probably would have been bad news for him. So you already know what your boy Uncle Marvin had to do. He says, you know what? Let me go ask my nephew, Kanan. Maybe he will help me out. And that's exactly what he did. He went to Kanan. Of course, Kanan is telling him, look, Mom said I'm off the stash house. I'm not supposed to even be messing around with it. And also, I'm supposed to be getting ready for this class that I got to be a part of. But Marvin is like, look, don't worry about that. She's not going to know about it. I will have you in and out. You have time to go to class. So, of course, now Kanan and Marvin will be on this crazy mission. Now, Rock, we know what she's trying to do. She is trying to expand her business. Of course, she is talking to this manager at this apartment complex. And she's like, look, I need 2 apartment units above and below each other. So we know Rock ended up getting the 7th and 8th floor. Now, first, this dude wasn't trying to have it. He's like, nah, I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying? But once Rock brought out that money, my man said, you know what? I can make something work. So, of course, he took that money and he tucked his in. He tucked his in just like Red on Friday. I mean, he said, you know what? When you bring in money, I'm all about that. So we're going to see how this is all going to unfold and all the details of what Rock is really going to do with this space. Now we get to Jukebox. Before Jukebox is even thinking about trying to go boost some more clothes, she said, you know what? How about I go ask my uncle Lulu if I can get some studio time? Maybe he has some connects. But Lulu lets Jukebox know that he can't do it, that he is not about to be the person that owes Crown anything, and he doesn't even want to be owing anybody nothing, and that, of course, Jessica is the reason why Famous has free studio time. And look, he will give her the money, but she does not, he does not want to hear her dad's mouth about giving his daughter money. So, of course, Jukebox says, you know what? Okay, so be it. I'll go and figure this out myself. So she calls her crew, the lowlifes, and they ain't even on it, y'all. They're not on it. Jukebox is pissed off. She said, you know what? Y'all supposed to be down for me, but you know what? F y'all. Let me go do this myself. So now Jukebox is on this dummy mission by herself. Now she's like, okay, it is what it is. I got to get this money. I got to get this studio time. I want to create my own opportunity. So that's exactly what your girl Jukebox does. She goes in. She's able to get the jacket, right? And then while she's running, you can already feel like something's going to happen. If you've been watching my videos, you already knew that she's going to get caught. And yes, she did get caught by the same security guard from last week's episode. But this time around, I guess karma, it did show up, because he lets her go and tells her, look, just take the jacket. You pretty much saved me last time, so I'm going to look out for you this time. But it cannot happen again. So Jukebox, she takes this and she's like, okay, you know what? Maybe this is not what I should be doing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Nicole was right all along. Maybe this is not really worth it. So Jukebox does do this. She takes the jacket and she has that conversation with Nicole later on in the episode about what happened. Now your boy Unique and his boy, of course, they are already on it. They're watching Marvin's every move. Hell, even Kanan's move. They see what they're about to do. They get the location from Divina as far as where the stash house is at. And of course, they're just sitting and waiting for the opportunity to go in and, of course, hit that lick. Now, Kanan is in there getting his money. He's counted. Of course, he's putting everything up for his Uncle Marvin. And Marvin, I guess he did make a mistake by saying, you know what? I have to leave. I'll be back in 20 minutes. And when this happened, already knew what time it was. We already knew that Kanan, of course, and his stash house would be robbed. We knew it was going to happen. We just didn't know all the details. Scrappy's not there. Marvin end up leaving. You know it's about to be bad news. Now, Jukebox does go back. She's talking to Nicole. She gives Nicole some history lessons on the Ralph Lauren polo and how it all started. And of course, she tells Nicole, you can have the jacket. Every time you wear it, I want you to think about me. Nicole was like, "Weren't you supposed to sell it?" And Jukebox is like, "Well, I thought about what you said. Maybe this is not worth it at all." You know what I'm saying? And maybe karma did play a role in what happened. So, of course, Nicole and Jukebox have a very special moment. A moment that Jukebox has never had before. Of course, Nicole says, "Look, I've done this before, so you just sit back and let me take care of you." So we know what Nicole did. She definitely had a taste of that box. And Jukebox definitely was happy. So we're going to see how this is all going to unfold. I keep telling you guys, this whole Nicole and Jukebox thing, the end result is not going to end well, in my opinion. Then we get back to your boy Kanan. And of course, he is being robbed. I mean, they bust right up in there easily. And I know Kanan was like, man, what's going on? Like, how I'm getting jacked? Well, that's because Kanan, you open your mouth when Davina was around last episode. You should have just stayed in the house like your boy Scrappy told you to. Now we got Marvin. He's at the bodega. He's getting dog food. Of course, the owner, once again, is asking entirely too many questions. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. This owner of this store, he will be a problem. I don't think this dude is going to last at all. Rock is going to have to take care of him because he's opened up his mouth entirely too much. Now, on the way back from dropping off some of the stash, Marvin sees exactly what's going down, and he's pissed. He is pissed. He's like, really? I can't believe these guys are really doing this. They think they just going to hit a lick on me and what I'm doing. So Marvin said, you know what? Okay, it's time to get him back. So Marvin, he runs right into the dude, right into the back of the van. He is pissed off. Maybe he should not have never left. Maybe he should have got some, of course, some more soldiers that can protect the stash. At the end of the day, Marvin said, you know what? Let me take matters into my own hands. And he just turned straight up. Of course, after he hit the back of the van, he pulls out the strap. He is straight busting. He's in all-out war mode. He is in war mode. He is trying to seek revenge for what these guys are doing. But they are getting revenge themselves for what happened in the last episode. Of course, the van is able to speed off and get away. And now Marvin has to go inside the stash house and hope and pray nothing is, happened to his nephew. But we know that Kanan is this close from being taken out. Marvin tells the dude, look, do you know whose son this is? Do you know who this is? And the dude hesitated for a slight moment. And once he did that, Marvin took complete advantage of him. He was able to hit him, get him up out of there. The dude is laid down. Of course, Marvin is like, okay, it's time to finish the job. You can see Kanan, he is shook. Kanan is like, man, I can't believe all this is happening. Well, I guess it's about to get a little bit more graphic for you, Kanan, because Uncle Marvin, he's going to finish the job and he's going to make it very, very graphic, which it was. It was very graphic. Hell, the beginning of the episode was graphic, what they was doing to Trez G. And once again, we get another very graphic moment. All the blood on Kanan's face. The dude starts throwing up. And now he's like, man, you probably should have just let the dude take me out because my mom going to be pissed off. Marvin is like, well, your mom is not going to know about this. I'm going to clean you up. She's never going to know this happened. How about that? So now Kanan has to figure out a way to make sure his mom does not figure out any of this. And that's when he goes home, takes off the shirt, and of course, throws the shirt up under the bed. Now, I know a lot of you guys said this was a crucial mistake. Yes, it probably was. I mean, if it was me, I probably would have never took the shirt home in the first place. I probably would have had to get rid of it before I got there and just zipped up my coat all the way, and then changed when I got home as far as a new shirt. But Kanan wasn't thinking like that. I guess he was trying to just get in there and get out and get to the class. Well, your moms, she always will go through your stuff. At least my moms did. Now, of course, Kanan is having this conversation with his mom. She's dropping him off to class. And she's telling him, look, I just want you to like Symphony. He's a good dude. He is different. And of course, Kanan, he's all in his feelings. she's telling him, look, no one will ever get between me and you. You know what I'm saying? It's me and you against everybody. And Kanan, of course, he has to understand this. She is just trying to look out for him. And of course, he does go to this class, in which we find out your boy Symphony was teaching in the class, which we already knew. We knew this was going to happen once we saw Kanan going in there and we heard his voice. Symphony is a very smart dude, man. A lot of you guys say you don't trust him as of right now. We don't really know. It does seem like Symphony is solid. He did tell Rock he is down for the cause. He does not know all the details of what Rock is doing as far as how deep she is in the game, but he is willing to stay and stick around. So we're going to see how it all plays out. I think Kanan will appreciate the knowledge of Symphony, and he can learn some things from him. I mean, all it is education. At least learn from the dude. You may not like him being with your moms, but I would say at least gain some information from the dude while he's there. Now, Rock does what moms do. Clean up your room. You know what I'm saying? She cleans up his room. She's, of course, really just getting his laundry, trying to do his laundry. Kanan probably thought he had some time, but no. He didn't have a lot of time. His mom goes right back home, gathers his clothes, and she finds the bloody polo. And she already know, like, okay, something happened. What has this boy done got himself into? I know something happened. Well, we know Rock will find out the truth in the next episode. She's definitely going to find out the true details of what happened. And you already know she's going to be very, very pissed off. Now, I wonder how Marvin is going to explain this because, you know, half of the stash was taken. So how will he explain everything? I guess that's going to be revealed in the very next episode. But as I told you guys at the very beginning of the video, in episode 5, Rock is about to turn up. Unique turned up in this episode. In episode 5, Rock is going to turn up. But hey, these guys are going to go back and forth, back and forth. Eventually, there only can be one winner. And we're going to find out exactly who that is very, very soon. At the end of the day, Kanan still has a lot to learn. Your boy Uncle Marvin, hell, he has a lot to learn. And I've been noticing a lot of you guys have been saying Marvin has become one of your favorite characters on the show. And I believe that's true. Marvin is a solid character, man. He's very funny. And with Marvin, he's not one of those characters that acts like he's perfect. You know what I'm saying? He makes mistakes. He's goofy as hell. And he does love his nephew. And I just want to see more context as far as his relationship with the jukebox. Is not the best. So I believe as the season goes, we want to see a little bit more details as far as his relationship with his daughter. Of course, we're going to see what's going to happen next with, you know, this organization, Rock, Marvin, and Kanan, and what's going to happen, how she's going to, of course, deal with the news that her son was a part of all this. Rock will be very, very pissed off. But we're going to continue to break down Raising Kanan throughout the week. I will be dropping the What to Expect video for you guys for episode 5 tomorrow. So stay tuned and get ready. But thank you guys once again for all the support, all the love, and I will catch y'all on the next one. But let me get on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.